We start our Bihar election coverage at 9 a.m. with some breaking news coming in at this moment. Hindustan Awam Morcha chief and BJP ally for the Bihar polls, Jitan Ram Manjhi, has said that he will emerge as the kingmaker in the Bihar elections. We got Manugya joining us at this moment. Manugya, where exactly has this statement been made and what gives Mr. Manjhi that confidence?
Well, he was there in Imamganj taking a toll and understanding how the polling process has been continuing since morning. He has been also contesting from two seats, remember, Makhdumpur as well as Imamganj. Imamganj has been one of the most crucial regions because he is contesting against Mr. Upadhyay, who is the sitting, the speaker of the assembly in Bihar. So, of course, JDU versus HAM is something that has been the talk of the town as far as these two cities, the towns are concerned. But as far as Jitan Ram Manjhi is concerned, talking exclusively to India Today, he said that he will emerge as the kingmaker. He's also said that his party would emerge. Remember, he's contesting on around 20 seats, out of which 2 are there for his contest. So it is extremely crucial at a time when polling is taking place in the second phase on what kind of permutation combination will emerge and what kind of ramifications will it have in the entire setup, in the entire gamut of the number crunching game of the Bihar polls. It would be interesting to watch on how many seats he wins. But as far as the confidence level goes, well, he is extremely confident, not only because of the voting percentage that has been around 8 to 10% till now, which is quite high as compared to what has been in Bihar earlier. And of course, the number of voter turnout is expected to impact the entire process and have an impact on the say or hearsay of the voters also. So this time I would say it's not only the confidence of Jitan Ram Manjhi but also the backing that he has that has made him super confident about his victory this phase at least.
Absolutely. Manugya Loiwal, many thanks for joining us at this moment. Now it's been 2 hours since the second phase of the battle for Bihar actually began. As per the latest reports, nearly 7% of the electorate have voted in the first hour. About 8.58 million voters will seal the fate of 456 candidates in 32 constituencies. Voting will be held across 6 districts, including poverty-stricken Kaimur and Rohtas. Most of the close to 8,800 polling booths are in rural areas. The second phase of polling constitutes a great challenge for security personnel as 6 districts are Maoist infested. It's a huge security concern, and that is why polling has been curtailed by 1 hour and by 2 hours in as many as 23 constituencies. Now, who all are pitted against one another? The person who actually thinks he'll be the kingmaker, NDA ally Jitan Ram Manjhi, pitted against JDU leader and speaker of the Bihar Assembly, Uday Narayan Chaudhary from Imamganj. He's also contesting from Makhdumpur, Manjhi. Now, Manjhi's son, Santosh Kumar Suman, is trying his luck from Kutumba in Aurangabad. Rameshwar Prasad Chaurasia of the BJP is contesting from Nokha. Rajen Singh of the BJP contesting from Dinara. JDU candidate Jai Kumar Singh is his opponent. Tight security arrangements have been put in place to prevent any untoward incident, which includes posting 700 companies of paramilitary forces. Now, India Today's Manugya Loiwal actually got us this ground report from Gaya, where first-time voters are being given roses and certificates by polling officials.
Sonali, give us an idea how important is it for you to vote in comfortable atmosphere?
I feel very proud to be a woman because voting here, first time our DM has started this initiative of a women empowerment cell is conducting selection. I am very proud of her.
Well, all dressed in pink, but understanding that the number of people here are almost 50, the whole number of people working here. The polling agents too are interestingly women. What is your take on it? What was the whole idea behind it?
This is the first time. I've never seen that the polling agents are women. With the government officer and staff are generally on duty, they can be pushed for that. But the candidates, all the candidates from all different political parties, willingly they have come out and they have given the polling agents women. That's the women polling agents, they are doing their duty so efficiently. And that's it, creating the good environment. The female voters are coming, they are being questioned by the male polling agents. You're
the district magistrate. How much effort did it take to consider this as a model booth and then bring in people also?
It was a difficult task because when I started this concept that many were not agree because the election is a tough work, they can't do it. I told why can't they? Because when they can do everything, they can go up to space, why can't they handle their polling station? And they are doing it so efficiently. My deputy collector Parul Pillai is handling this as a nodal officer, and she is doing it very comfortably. All the teachers, some are teachers, some are other workers, and they all are doing their duty very fruitfully.
So if you thought that voting was not a red carpet experience, well, this is of course one of them, and the whole Gulabi gang will be almost ready to greet you in every possible way. This is of course a different experience and a lifetime experience for those who turn up to vote, at least on this day. With camera person Tapas Berry, this is Manogya Loiwal in Gaya, Bihar for India Today.
Now, as Bihar votes for second phase of the assembly elections, leaders from all political parties have tried to play the development plank to prevail on the voters. India Today's Rohit Singh, however, brings us a report from Sasaram in Bihar, where there is no electricity and torchlights are being used by polling officials, even candles.
This is Sasaram Auditorium, and this is the place where one of the polling booths have been set up for people to cast their mandate. And early morning we are seeing several people already in the queue lining up to cast their vote. But when you come inside this polling booth, it's a very surprising situation inside. It's complete like darkness inside this polling booth here. The polling team, which is also conducting mock exercise, mock drills of the EVM, they are also using the torchlight of their cameras to just check the EVM machine whether they are working properly or not. This is where the EVM machine is kept, and one can hardly see which button he or she is pressing because it's complete darkness here. And on the other side of the auditorium there's just a small light. That's a small light there. So it's a big and a huge auditorium, the Sasaram Auditorium, but as far as facility is concerned, there is absolutely no facility, and the polling team is also, they are complaining that there is no facility of electricity, no fans here, and it's pitch dark here. So it will be very, very difficult for a voter also to ensure that which button he presses. So the Election Commission must take note of these situations, that when a voter comes to cast his mandate, at least there should be some sort of a light there, or so that he can ensure that which button he is pressing and for which individual or which party he is voting.
All right, that was Rohit Singh's report. We'll go across to Rohit in just a short moment from now. Ashar Khan as well as Brijesh Pandey now join us. Ashar is joining us from Jahanabad. Ashar, a quick update on the polling at this moment. What is the total number of percentage that you've gathered?
Well, till about 9, in fact, till about 8 a.m. in the morning, the official figures are a little more than 7%, which has been polled in the district of Jahanabad. Till about 9 p.m., what we've been given to understand in these 3 assembly segments in Jahanabad district, there is no untoward incident which has happened. Polling is going on smoothly at all these 3 places. Makhtumpur, which is a part of the Jahanabad district, also happens to be the constituency of former Chief Minister Jitan Ram Manjhi. There also polling is going on peacefully. So by and large, no untoward incident reported in the first 2 hours of polling.
Mr. Malik, I think the biggest challenge for the authorities is going to be to make sure that there is no untoward incident that happens, because you've got violence that has been reported from these areas in the past. People have been divided on caste lines. We've seen caste battles being fought in this area. It's Naxal infested as well. That is why I think security is going to be one major concern, particularly for this phase.
Which is why, to be fair, the Election Commission has divided the election into 5 phases, which is very long for just one state. Also, again, to be fair, Bihar has not seen the sort of caste violence it did till the early 90s or mid-90s in the last 10 odd years. Of course, Naxal violence, the danger of that is always there. But things in the past 10 years have been better. That is a legacy of Nitish Kumar and his alliance with the BJP, the government that they ran, which both of them are obviously trying to capitalize on this time. So I think we can be reasonably confident that we won't have the sort of big violence Bihar used to have in the 80s
Absolutely.
and 90s. And the Election Commission tends to be more rigorous these days than in the past.
Absolutely. Okay, some breaking news coming in at this moment. Voting has not started in 12 Naxal affected booths. In fact, local villagers are opposing shifting of poll booths from mountains to plain area basically. So polling has basically not started in this area. Now this is in Rohtas. Rohit Kumar Singh is now with us with this latest breaking news story. Rohit, can you tell us in greater detail where exactly are these polling stations where the polling has not begun? So that basically means that there will be re-polling here. or rescheduling.
Well, that's true, Sanket. Voting has not begun at 12 polling booths in the Naxal-infested area of Rohtas, and as you know that all the 6 districts where voting is taking place, they all are Maoist-infested areas, and Rohtas is one of them. And what we have been learning from the administration is that on the hilly terrains where the polling booths were supposed to be situated or located, those polling booths have been shifted and they have been brought down to the plain areas. And the voters who are living in those hilly areas, in and around those hilly areas, they are not coming down to cast their mandate, and they are angry that the voting, in fact the polling booth has been shifted from the hills to the plains, and that is why the process of voting has not begun in 12 polling booths in the Rohtas district.
Absolutely. Rohit Kumar Singh there. Thanks very much for getting us this breaking news update. Let's also get an update from Brijesh Pandey, who joins us for more on this coverage. Brijesh, if you could tell us a little about the polling percentage in the area where you're standing.
Well, Sanket, 2 hours have gone by, and what we have been told by officials sitting here is that the polling percentage as of now is 10%, but they are hoping that this percentage will pick up in the next couple of hours. Even before the start of the voting hour, which is 7 a.m., we saw at least 10 to 15 people reaching this particular polling booth at around 6:40. So initially there was a great degree of enthusiasm, but now it has been reduced to 1 or 2 voters coming in and casting his votes. So, but the officials here are confident that the percentage will pick up in the next couple of hours or more.
Okay. Brijesh, thanks very much for joining us at this moment. Dr. Priyam, you were just a short while back saying that, this particular phase becomes very important. One point where I wanted your comment and also the comment of Mr. Malik is an interesting observation that today's edition of Mail Today has made, and you were complimenting Mail Today for its fabulous Bihar coverage. It says NDA's 4 CM probables test poll waters in phase 2.
Yeah. And I mean, look at the fact that Manjhi himself has tied himself up in the knots. 2 battles both to be fought today. And he is, of course, pitching himself as a kingmaker. By the end, one doesn't know whether he is pitching himself only as a kingmaker or wants to propel himself somewhere else. Of the battles that are there today and that are not as much in the limelight, I would think Rajendra Singh's being here is extremely critical. He is a man who understands the brass tacks in Jharkhand. He is a man who understands today if Naxalism prospers in Bihar, it doesn't prosper because of its roots in central Bihar, which was the Jahanabad area, but because of its borderlands with Jharkhand. Now Rajendra Singh understands the ground reality far more than any other leader there. He also understands what should be the battle lines in the plain areas. So in a sense, I'm watching out for that critical battle. If he wins there, then I would say that a lot of the crop of the old leadership of the BJP and the Bihari leadership would really be shaking. Here would be a newcomer in their terrain who would have understood their area better and who would have shook the region. So I'm watching out for that battle. I'm watching out as much for Manjhi here. I'm watching out whether this critical thing of getting the Mahadalits on your side. Remember, the BJP is also trying a coalition of extremes.
Absolutely.
In the sense that Paswans and the Mahadalits were at loggerheads for the last decade. They've got both in their bag now. Now, will these two who've had skirmishes, now Bihar is not reporting large-scale violence, but it's reporting perpetually lots of skirmishes on the ground, and those skirmishes are about the EBCs and the Mahadalits and the Paswans who were all in Nitish's bag.
Which is an interesting point that you are making, because Mr. Malik, that would essentially mean that it's not development all the way for any of the parties.
No, obviously
that's not the agenda. So there is this caste combined which everyone is practicing, even the most supposedly forward-looking BJP.
No, look, identity never goes away from any political battle. In Bihar, in India, anywhere in the world. Even in America, people vote on identity lines. But of course, other issues such as development do and economics do come in. It's the same in Bihar, it's the same elsewhere. As I said, till the 1990s, Bihar was only about caste, especially in the 1990s under Lalu. In the last 10 years, the narrative was changed a bit into a caste plus. So you have caste, you have a caste coalition which the BJP and Nitish built, which they're both trying to capitalize on now. That was also a coalition of extremes, to use Manisha's language, of the upper caste, of non-Yadav or NBCs, Pichra, among the backwards, and some sections of Dalits. And now, of course, the BJP is trying to do that on its own, without Nitish, without the face of Nitish. And to a large degree, how well the BJP does will depend on Manjhi's, Kushwaha's and Paswan's ability to actually transfer votes to each other and to the BJP. Because remember, there are 80 seats being contested by the three parties. That's 1/3 of Bihar seats. So if they collapse, if they do badly, the BJP is over, even if the BJP does well on its own.
Absolutely.
So the BJP needs them to deliver some seats.
And apart from this caste combine and development, Dr. Priyam, I'll come back to you. We just need to take a short break at this moment. The real positive are those images that we were showing just a short while back of the first-time voters. The fact that there is something, a part of people, there you have those pictures, certificate, my first vote. That's a real step up for the state of Bihar.
That's good.
The fact that young voters are now coming forward, and most of these young voters, particularly women that we spoke to through the course of our broadcast, they all want change for the better. They will all want opportunities. So that is the word that they will actually be voting for, and not just particularly caste, which has happened to be Bihar's identity for a very long time.